All right, so a lot's going on. Tatiana Martinez, immigrant present in the United States on August the 15th, was arrested from her Tesla vehicle in the parking structure of her home in Los Angeles, California. Now, what's interesting about this lady is that she is a TikTok influencer. You can call her an influencer or you can call her an instigator, because she has been posting location and times of when ICE immigration agents would be present, where they were showing up, and how many there were. From what I understand, she's also been doxing them, which is really bad. And she had somewhere upwards of 30,000 followers on TikTok. Now, she was in her vehicle and she was live streaming when ICE agents came to her vehicle and arrested her on a DUI warrant, which was unresolved, that she had picked up a couple years before. Now, she has been placed in immigration proceedings because, like I said, she's undocumented. So she got this DUI a few years ago, and if you've seen any of my prior videos, you know that if you are an immigrant in the United States without proper documentation, you do not get behind of a wheel, not just for for drinking and driving. Don't even drive without a driver's license or insurance. You're gonna get pulled over whether you like it or not. The ICE agents went to her door and had her step out because they had a warrant. And she was going, no, wait, I'll let myself go. She, in Spanish, she was saying, wait, I'll let you take me. But it's like, give me a break. Wait, and people were turning this into a racing and a xenophobic thing, and it isn't. Anytime the police comes to your door and they tell you you need to step out and you think that you're in control, how dumb can you be? You're not in control. They're in control. They're calling the shots. They're going to pull you out. You're going to lose. And in somebody like Tatiana's case, she is now going to be thrown a whole bunch of charges at her. She's going to be getting resisting arrest, disturbing the peace. She's going to be getting things like interfering with peace officer duties or operations. She's going to get charged with disorderly conduct. I mean, the charges go on and on and on. And what's going to be even more interesting is now that she's in ICE detention, she's going to have the ability to apply to remain in the United States, whether it's asylum or what they call cancellation of removal. But normally you fight for those things while you're on the outside, while you're free. But if you're dumb enough to get yourself picked up like she did because she didn't present herself to an ICE check-in. Anybody who has to check in with ICE knows that's a big no-no. So now she's going to be sitting in this ICE detention center. She's going to try to get She's going to try to get a bond. She won't be able to get a bond because the judge is going to look at her and say, wait a second, there's two things I have to evaluate. Number one, whether you're a flight risk, and number two, whether you are a danger to the community. She's now going to have that unresolved DUI, and she's now going to have resisting arrest, and she's going to have what may be disturbing the peace, interfering. I mean, again, she's going to have a million things. They had to drag her out of that car.
Today, we are taking a close look at the case of a TikTok influencer, Tatiana Martinez, who recently was taken into custody by ICE in connection with immigration and online activities. Let's break down what happened and what it means after this video. Big credit to the original creator and everyone who stitches this video.
ICE just arrested another TikTok influencer while she was live streaming in Los Angeles. I'm referring to Tatiana Martinez, who is a Colombian citizen who was illegally in the United States living in Los Angeles. She gained her following by always disclosing where ICE raids were happening and began to dox ICE agents. And many of her content was filled with these slurs towards ICE agents, encouraging all of her viewers to not only confront ICE agents, but even on occasion to incite violence towards them. And what no left-wing media outlet is telling you is what led up to her being arrested and ultimately dragged out of her Tesla. While she was live streaming, she was mocking, making fun of the ICE agents that were chasing her. When she finally got confronted in that little garage-style structure, she began to cry wolf, saying that, I'm going to go out freely, just let me do what I got to do. When you're about to be arrested, They don't care what you want to do. They don't care that you want to end your life. What this story proves is that what goes around comes around. So many of these influencers and so many people that are doxing ICE agents and inciting violence to people that are simply trying to make this country a better place for U.S. citizens are getting exactly.
Everyone has an opinion. Here's mine. Recently, TikTok star Tatiana Martinez was arrested by ICE agents while in Los Angeles. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why is this important? This is important because Tatiana has risen to fame through her TikTok videos where she gives up the information about where ICE raids are happening, and also she had began to dox the information of the ICE agents. Big no-no. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tatiana was in this country illegally, and she was arrested while live streaming and making fun of the ICE agents who were actually in pursuit of her. So, let's just say look, I'm not about to sit up here and talk trash about anybody who's going through the situation that they may be facing where they got to deal with the ICE agents. I will say this, though. While I am not going to denigrate you, I don't feel sorry for you. And in Tatiana's case, she deserves this. And I'm glad that they snatched her in the way that they snatched her. She was on the internet crying, screaming, like you was talking so much shit in the car minutes before they snatched you. It's like women don't believe shit stink until they smell it. You mouthing off to these police officers or federal agents, either way, you're mouthing off to people who can detain you, people who could end your life. These ain't the people who you want to be talking shit to, but in a woman's world where they live in delusion and audacity, you think that you can continue to operate like this and dox ICE agents and not suffer any consequences, all while being here illegally and with a DUI, if I'm not mistaken. Sis, you were supposed to be flying under the radar. You were supposed to be little Bo Peep. You were supposed to be in a quiet corner in Oregon somewhere, not in California, especially in Los Angeles, where it is ground central for the ICE raids. And then, like I said, I guess that you're trying to get us all to feel some kind of way when we're seeing all of these families broken apart. No, we're not. Anybody who represents the conservative side with a brain is not upset about any of this happening. In fact, we champion it. In fact, we applaud it. In fact, we love that this is happening.
Tatiana Martinez, an illegal alien from Colombia residing in Los Angeles who built a career on social media by doxing ICE agents and urging her followers to harass and impede them, has been arrested during a live stream in her Tesla. Not surprisingly, Miss Martinez made quite a scene, screamed something in Spanish, and forcibly resisted arrest by federal agents. Moreover, her wig apparently flew off while ICE officers wrestled her to the ground, compounding the embarrassment and humiliation. Ms. Martinez will almost surely be deported, and her efforts to impede and harass ICE officers and then resist arrest may lead to criminal charges as well.
Tatiana Martinez is an influencer. She was arrested by ICE yesterday. Okay, what I know is that she was recording a live TikTok video, okay, and at that time, she was arrested by ICE officers. Let me tell you something. So be careful what you guys doing out there, especially with federal levels. A lot of people, you know, sometimes don't take these things seriously. But we need to respect our government, especially our federal levels, state and local, to prevent any issues.
Hey, Tatiana, bring that ass to the front. Did you really think that ICE agents and the federal government was just going to allow you to spew your hatred and obstruct ICE agents by doxing them? No, you should have known better. I mean, because if there's anything you should know about ICE, is they are great at tracking people. They are great at tracking criminals. You know, that's what you are. How does it feel now to have your 3 hots in a cot? Now you got a one-way ticket to Alligator Alcatraz. And you can tell us all how the ride is. And let this be a lesson to all of you who want to try to put ICE agents in harm's way by trying to out their personal information and get them harmed. That is a crime. You're committing a crime. And unlike the last 4 years of the Biden administration, this administration is big on law and order. And I'm going to put it point blank plain. We ain't having that shit.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we are covering a developing story involving TikTok influencer Tatiana Martinez, whose name has surfaced in recent headlines after her arrest by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, commonly known as ICE. Tatiana Martinez built a noble presence online, gained her followers from her TikTok content and influence. However, authorities allege she became connected to the activities that raised legal concern, especially involving immigration matter and handling of sensitive information about ICE personnel. According to the report, she has been taken into custody after federal officer began investigation, claiming she has shared details concerning an ICE agent. It is important to note that at this stage, information is still unfolding. What we do know is that ICE has confirmed her arrest, and the incident has sparked wide conversation online, ranging from immigration law to digital responsibility, and how influencers navigate the line between personal expression and legal boundary. Our goal on this channel is not to take side, but to provide content. This case sits at the intersection of social media influence, federal law enforcement, and the responsibility that comes with having an online platform. We are unpacking what has been reported, the legal implication, and the broader discussion is, in this case, as trigger. Stay tuned because this is more than just a story about one influencer. It's about the involvement, challenges of social media, privacy, and accountability in digital age. Thanks. Comments, like, and subscribe.